Fairly quick win over Millennium. Talk us through picks and bans. You're going for the Kassadin immediately. Did you have in the back of your head that Kerp already played Fizz versus Kassadin and actually won quite hard? And how did you go into that matchup?
I kind of had it in the back that they might want to leave Kassadin open because they did it before. But I don't know. I felt confident even though they won the last Fizz against Kassadin matchup. So for me, it was just get Kassadin, the game was won. So this is how it is. Like Kassadin is super broken. It's like the only champion right now is super broken.
Well, it took you a long time to get to that point. Let's be fair. The rest of your lanes were doing very well. Talk me through some of the early game decision making because N-Rated was roaming. We've seen him on Thresh. It's not something we see him play too often. You guys had a lot of movements in the early game. Why was that?
Well, we played in the scrims. We figured out how everything works, and I think roaming a lot and getting the good junglers and getting the strong support like Thresh and Lee Sin, it helps out a lot. And getting control around mid lane helps a lot as well. So it's just how the game is right now, like the meta right now.
Well, you guys actually built up an 8,000 gold lead by 18 minutes. Did you realize that your lead was that big, and how do you think you got to that big of a lead that quickly in the game?
I don't know how. I think we just caught off people, and I saw a first blood. Was it bot lane or something? Like at that point, I had free farm as Kassadin, and they got first blood. I just felt like, okay, this game is over.
Well, I actually got a replay of the moment where I felt the game was over. Let's pull this replay up onto your screen. I want to give you a high five because you got me those sweet fantasy points from this few minutes on. Talk me through your decision making, like what was going through your mind as you defended this tower and chased around the rest of the map. Let's roll this clip out.
All right, I see that Evelynn is really low on mana and Jax is fairly low, so I just go on them and burst Jax, and then I know he's going to pop the E, so I just walk away and then jump on him again. And I know Evelynn still has no mana, so I can just 1v2 them here, and it's only Leona. And I know that Fizz is mid and Lucian's bottom, so it's basically just a free 1v3.
Is the rest of your team making calls, letting you know where they are, what their decision making is,
yeah,
or is this you just going, hey,
like,
dude, I got this?
At this point, they're like, yeah, just keep going, but afterwards, just come for Fizz. At this point, they're like, oh, walk down here when you're done up there. Just come and kill Fizz afterwards.
So you managed to pick up the kill there onto J-Ree. You do manage to pick up the kill onto Kerp at the end as well. This, to me, was just the game-defining minute. As a last question, how did you then proceed to actually finishing the game as a team? Because you played a little hesitant at some points. So talk me through decision-making.
I think we just played it kind of safe. The matches that we lost in LCS, the 2 matches that we lost, we kind of did some overextending and some bad calls. So we just played it kind of safe and just had some great decision-making. You know.
And a great champion pick there in Kassadin, of course. Congratulations on a great game, Jesses. We'll take a brief break and we'll be right back with Super Hot Crew versus Fnatic. But before we resume the LCS, check out some of the LCS off-Rift action between our teams as they tried competing in an entirely different sport.